Hello, everyone. Thank you for your invitation. Yes, my topic is why cybersecurity is important for startups. One moment. And who am I? Yes, I'm founder of WebTotem and president of private computer emergency response team in Central Asia. We conducted over 100 security audits around the world, from startups to banks, and we invest our revenue and expertise in development of WebTotem for protection of the websites. And we prevented WannaCry attack in the whole country in Kazakhstan. Last year, we won on international hacking competitions, and our experts found 0 days vulnerabilities in PHP programming language and Viber Messenger. If you don't know, 0 day is a new and patched vulnerability, which is used to perform an attack. The name 0 days comes from the fact that no patch yet exists to mitigate the vulnerability being exploited. And I divided my pitch into three parts. First, it's cybersecurity and why it is important right now. Second, what is a penetration test and how they are conducted, and what startup must do to be security. Okay, let's start. Almost every month, we hear about hacking or leaking some popular startup. During the COVID-19, the loudest resonance was with Zoom, which forced the team to suspend the release of new models for several months and focus only on security issues. If 5 years ago, for example, investors rarely asked about how startup security works and whether you comply with, for example, GDPR, now it's one of the most common questions. No one wants to invest in a startup that can be hacked tomorrow, for example, and completely burst. And as we move forward in the digital age, cybersecurity should be a core business objective. No matter how large or small your business is, and being proactive can only protect you. Very clearly, we see similar cases related to the cryptocurrencies. Many startups have paid for a poor attitude to security, and you must make it priority today. Speaking about security of websites in general, you do know that only 3% of all website owners in the world use some kind of protection system. The remaining 97% are either not technically savvy or not ready to implement and pay for security. It's really bad. And this is the reason that we are now seeing a pandemic of hacking websites. You don't have to be a programmer to develop it, to create your own website. But the threshold for entering the development of sites has decreased, but at the same time, it has become an easy target for hackers. And why is startups an easy target for hackers? Main reason, first, for startups at early stage, main purpose is business and sales, not cybersecurity. Second, cybersecurity experts are really expensive and they're really shortage. And third, startups think they're too small to be hacked. But data breach can happen to any business regardless of size. Okay, and if your startup was hacked on specialized closed hacker forums, hackers sell customer data of these startups. For example, on this screen, you can see screenshots from one of the famous private hacker forum in Russia. And sometimes we found, for example, access to Ministry of Defense of one country near India. Okay. Okay. And how can startups check their security? To do it, they can order a penetration test. It's information security audit. And penetration tests or ethical hacking, it is an authorized simulated cyber attack on an information system. And there are three types of penetration tests. It's a black box, white box, and gray box. And what is the black box? In black box, we have only the name of company and external scope of work. And ethical hackers conduct reconnaissance of your company, and after that, try to emulate hacker actions for finding some vulnerabilities on your website. And if you compare your defense with offense, then the main goal of the black box is to find one hole through which hackers can penetrate your system. In white box, we have internal access and source code for analysis. In that case, ethical hackers should try to find all vulnerabilities in your system from inside. Often they collaborate with your technical team. That is the reason why the white box costs more than the black box. And last, gray box, it's just a mix between white and black box. I don't want to tell in detail how we conduct a penetration test. I think everyone has ideas, but I want to talk about some interesting devices that we use when we conduct a penetration test in offline mode. Suddenly many companies forget about physical security. For example, first device. Often you're not allowed to bring a laptop inside the company building. This usually applies to government agencies, but the guards forget that now you can install Linux operation system with hacker programs on the phone, and this often gives us the opportunity to already test the customer's wireless network while we are visiting him internally. On the slide, we see an example with Kali Linux installed on an old Nokia that can scan and attacks wireless networks. This photo was taken when we conduct the audit at electrical supply company, in which everything was protected from the outside. But from the inside, we managed to penetrate the network through the smartphone and manage even the electricity in the whole city. Yeah. Second device. Do you often see a network socket in banks or large financial institutions for connection? For example, a bank terminal to the network. And we see it quite often. And this combined device consisted from the cable, power bank, and network device allows you to connect to the organization's internal network and allow hacker to continue attacking remotely. Ordinary guards often just think that the visitor is charging their phone. Next. Sometimes there may be a fence, or you may have to pass a security check. And in this case, we load a similar antenna into the car in order to attack the wireless network from the parking place and penetrate the organization. Yes. In that case, we use a microwave. It's unusual. We use a microwave to draw out the signal from bank terminal to the bank server, and after that, with HackerF device, it's a hacker device. It's about $1,000, and you can buy it on the internet. With this device, with HackerF device, we interfere into the connection between these devices, and it allows us to analyze and to change some data and attack financial systems. Yes, it's our favorite case when we run an audit on Expo in Central Asia. We just found a network cable in the packing zone. I think builders just forgot about that cable. And we just connect this cable with our computer and got surprised that it gave us access to the whole network. Okay, and what startups must do? The key point, what you must know, that security is a process, it's not a product. And you can buy, for example, a firewall and set up it only once and think that it will be enough. Second, evaluate potential risks. Know the vulnerability points that hackers can attack. For example, if you think that if your startup helps for a smart city to control light and you think it's not interesting for hackers, you're wrong. You can see next video, and hackers can spend less than 5 minutes to take control of the systems. One moment, I want to share this video. Just a second. Okay.
Yeah, it works. It's
yes.
Okay.
It's 1 minute videos. Sorry, it's in Russian language, but I hope you understand all this process.
Это улица Бангеликель. Я по ней каждый день возвращаюсь с работы домой. Это моя самая любимая улица. Что может подарить самая лучшая казахстанская команда хакеров на день рождения? Идем сюда. Видим зеленый цвет. Выбираем, например, красный. Упс. Момент. Вуаля. Давайте поменяем на другой цвет. Сделаем, например, синий. Есть. Теперь можно слушать музычку под свои любимые цвета.
Yes, it was one of our clients, and this main city in capital and Central Asia. And we provided security audit for smart city, and we founded vulnerabilities in control management, and we can change light in the main suite, on the main suite. Okay. 1 moment. Okay, let's start my presentation. Yes, and next slide, it's, sorry. Okay. Train employees, yes. Sorry, 1 moment. Yes, train employees. For example, this is our employee, one of the important employee in our company. Introduce best practices using strong passwords, two-factor authentication, train staff to be alert to threats, have a company security policy. For example, even you have pets, your pets must be aware of security measures. And hackers are also kind of startuppers. They follow up latest threats, trends, and launch and adjust their viruses and hacker tools to current situation. And for example, COVID issues, hackers send a lot of scam emails related to COVID-19. And some creative hackers launch website where you can download Corona antivirus. But in that case, if your team members download and install these viruses, I think you should fire this person because it's really silly. Increase physical security and encrypt data. Use encryption tools that come with standard operation system and increase physical security. As I have mentioned before, hackers have a lot of tools. Okay, and well, let's relax your eyes. Why do you think this girl could be dangerous for your organization, apart from a break in working process, of course? Do you think your security guys would search her? I don't think so. And as you see, the hacking devices is so tiny that you can easily hide it in the sole of your shoe. And this is one of the devices that automatically allows you to scan wireless network inside the building and gives the remote team access to your organization. Take care of your infrastructure. Often, developers and administrators may release open databases without passwords or with standard passwords. And that is all hackers are waiting for. Every second, automated hacking tools scan the whole internet for such negligence, and you should monitor all your open ports on your service. There is a well-known search engine, Shodan, Shodan.io, and which monitors such things. And hackers can, with a single request, find all databases with standard passwords or without a password, and, for example, encrypt them for blackmail. DevSecOps automate safety at its maximum level. Automatically install all updates as soon as they are published. Do not depend on human factor. Bug bounty and security.txt. Launch your company on bug bounty platforms so that ethical hackers could send bug reports legally to you. Also, create security.txt file on your web server. This will enable ethical hackers to send you requests if they find vulnerabilities in your system. Leaks. Watch out for leaks. People are the greatest threat to your business, and often your employees register on various services, including dating sites, through a corporate emails. And in 90% of cases, people have passwords that match mail. Hackers use it, and they collect various password leaks and try this to access your sites. For example, we also collect these data leaks because we use it to notify our clients. 6 months ago, we analyzed all banks in Central Asia. Today, we published, for example, a report about banks in Poland. Next month, we will publish a report about banks in Germany. And on this slide, you can see corporate emails and passwords in banks in Central Asia. All the victims registered on the datings, blogs, and other social websites with their corporate credentials. It will allow for hackers to use these data leaks for trying to attack these banks' employees. And sorry, but prepare for the worst. And no system is unhackable. You must be ready that you may get hacked at any point. A company judges according to the way it reacts to being hacked. And to reestablish the process, notify your customers, change passwords, and have actual backups. And the main idea is that hacking should be costly for hacker. And to make it costly, follow my tips from previous slide. And something about, just a little about our system WebTotem. With our system, we can monitor whole countries. For example, in Central Asia, we monitor 150,000 websites and obtain all information about cyber incidents. For example, this is a report about Georgia. Also, we have reports about Polish domain network, about Baltic region, and we scanned with our web totem solution whole domain network and obtain information about how many websites infected, which technologies. For example, one of the most popular CMS platforms is WordPress, how many websites infected, and so on. Okay, and everything I told about comes from our own experience. Thank you for your attention, and feel free to ask me any question. And the last thing I want to say is better safe than sorry. Thank you.
Olzhas, thank you so much. It's very interesting, and especially I was impressed by those video with changing colors. A nice present for your birthday. It was birthday, right?
And this is one of our main employees, white.
Wow, cool.
Yes.
We have another one speaker on cybersecurity. Great. You mentioned those key reasons why startups don't go to cybersecurity strategies and et cetera, and among of them is the price for cybersecurity products and services. How to solve this problem for MSB, small medium enterprises, for example?
I understand that it's a really problem for SMEs, for small medium organization to hire, for example, cybersecurity specialists, because firstly it's really shortage, and secondly it's really expensive. But currently it's a new trend. It's information security outsourcing. Yes, for example, you can pay from 1,000 euros, from $1,000 every month, and security team, they just outsourcing all these processes.
Mm-hmm. I see. So you know this practice and it works and it's okay, right?
Yes. For example, in our solution, we just provide your basic security, information security from $30 per month. Mm-hmm. It's for SMEs, it's okay.
So is small medium enterprises your core audience or not?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Why did you decide to select this audience for yourself? So you've been like small medium enterprises before, and it was your pain point, for example, and you have decided to go to this niche and to develop it, or it was any other reason why you decided to focus on that?
Because I understand, because it's really, as I said, it's really a problem for SMEs to buy, for example, cybersecurity products, because, you know, for banks, for financial organizations, it's okay to pay $500,000 for example, web application firewall, yes, or maybe to buy some threat intelligence feeds. But for ordinary SMEs, it's a problem. And, you know, after COVID-19, if you haven't website, if you haven't online store, it's a problem for your business. And you know, currently it's really easy. It's really that easy to create your own website. For example, my mother has a website, but on the other hand, it's a problem to defend your website, because as a cybersecurity solution, it's for technical people. In our case, we're trying to focus for non-technical people. You just download our agents, security agents, or you just add your FTP access, and our system automatically install security agents to your website.
Mm-hmm. I see I have a question from our participant. It is about firewalls. What is the future for firewalls? And why cannot this tool be integrated in the firewalls at the price of some of the firewalls? Around that, so the future firewalls.
It's currently it's just interesting that big organizations, they trying to solve this problem with other way. Without firewalls, they just implement some processes when they develop code. And for example, it's named SDLK, Security Development Life Cycle, because sometimes firewall, it's a problem for organization, because if you install firewalls, you must increase power of your service in 20%, because firewall also use these powers of your service. And also with firewalls problems with false positives, and sometimes your visitors, they have problem because your firewall thinking that it's a hacker attack. And I think maybe in future new products, for example, as a screen.io, they will be after firewalls.